From there, we're going to sweep the arms over your head on your next inhale. And with a long exhalation, slowly, slowly dive forward, taking your time with that back, holding in. Inhale, spinal undulation. Exhale, fold everything back in and down towards your toes. Root down, rise up, sweep the arms overhead. Take a little back bend here if you'd like. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center and your navel back to your spine. Again, inhale. Moving even more slowly than you normally do. Exhale, resist the pull of gravity all the way down. Shift your weight forward into the fronts of your feet as you dive. Fold it in at the end of your exhale. Inhale, breathe your torso into the halfway lift. Exhale, fold your crown back down toward the ground. Root down, rise up, sweep the arms overhead. Keep your weight forward as you rise. Take a little back bend here if you'd like. And exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center and navel back to the spine. Again, inhale, let the arms rise up. This time we're going to exhale, bring the hands just down to the thighs. Round your back, engage your core on your exhale. On your inhale, bring your thighs parallel with the floor, draw the elbows back. Exhale, round your back, chin in. Inhale, extend your spine, elbows back, chin forward. One more time, push down through the palms into your thighs to round your back even more dynamically. Inhale to an extension, and now pour your torso down into your forward fold. Shake any tension out of your neck, head, and shoulders. Shake your head yes and no. And go ahead and bring your hands to your forearms or your elbows. And let your forearms weigh heavy as you draw yourself into this deep forward fold. Keep your weight moving just a little bit further forward. Hips are over your heels. Abs are engaging. Imagine that you have a wall behind your legs and behind your sit bones, and you're not able to move your hips back because the wall is in the way, right? So we don't want to be in a forward fold with our hips back behind the heels. You'll notice that when you're in that position, your quads are not strong, your knees are hyperextended, and it feels like you're straining in your lower back, right? So forward, and then down. Quads are active, abs are strong. Your sit bones, the bony parts of the buttocks are drawn down. Final exhale here to maybe bring your forearms closer to your toes. Root down and begin to rise back up. Sweep the arms over your head. Take an even deeper back bend here. Inhale it. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Take an inhale to sweep the arms overhead again. Exhale, dive forward, abs are strong, navel draws in and up as you dive. Weight is forward again, imagine you have a wall behind your legs and you cannot move your hips beyond that wall. Hold it in. Inhale, slowly unravel your spine. Jump back or walk back to your plank position, high push-up pose. And as you exhale, we're going to lower slowly to chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog. Draw the elbows back. Exhale, press it back to your downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths right here. Breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose. Draw the breath in with the muscles of your throat. We are all here now. We're going to take a strong exhale and down dog. Make sure you're hollowing out your belly. And once your belly is empty, I want you to hold in down dog, but take a strong Uddiyana Bandha. Right? So we're going to take, let's try that together. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale all the air out. Hollow out your belly and hold empty for as long as you can. Really finding that deeper internal hollowing out. When you need to breathe, release your abdominal contraction, that deeper ab contraction. Take one more deep breath in, puff up the back of your rib cage. Exhale, engage core again, engage Uddiyana Bandha again. This time though, while holding your bandha, jump your feet back or walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Reach your head down, engage your core, engage Uddiyana Bandha. Root down, rise up, sweep the arms over your head. Take a little back bend here as you inhale. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. Again, inhale, let the arms rise. Let the heart shine toward the heavens. Exhale, dive forward, slowing down even more. Make this feel like it is a workout in and of itself. It's not a falling to the floor. It's not a surrender to the floor, right? We're really engaging as we lower down. Inhale to slowly undulate forward. Plant your palms, jump back or walk back to your high push-up. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale into up dog. Exhale, roll onto the pads of your toes and move into downward facing dog again. Take a deep breath in here. Puff up your back ribs. As you exhale, knit your front ribs closer together. Draw the navel up underneath your ribcage. Hollow out your belly. And find your Uddiyana Bandha again. Now this time we're going to take Abhisara. So if you're still working on a strong Uddiyana Bandha, just fold that bandha. If you would like to go a little further, take a deep breath in. Exhale all the air out, hollow out the lower core. Draw your navel in and up. Release it back down. In and up. Release back down. In and up. Release it back down. And then go ahead and take an inhale. Let the belly expand. Again, exhale all the air out. And take that churning Abhisara. When you need to take another in-breath, stop the churning. Take another strong inhale here. And exhale all the air out. This time, hold your bandha. While holding the bandha, jump your feet or walk your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold, crown toward the ground. Root down, stay forward, rise up. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale, bring your hands back to your heart center. We've got one more of those to do. Inhale, arms rise. Heart open. Exhale, dive. Holding in slowly. Inhale, undulation. We are unraveling our spine. Our neck is the last part of the spine to unravel. Plant your palms, walk back or jump back to a plank pose. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale into your up dog. And exhale, roll it back to down dog. Walk your feet in perhaps a little closer, root down more through your heels. Draw your sit bones down toward your heels here. Hollow out the front of your pelvis. Take one more set here of either Abhisara, which is the churning, the abdominal massage, or just hold Uddiyana Bandha for as long as you can. You're going to do 3 sets like that. So either exhale, hold Uddiyana Bandha. When you're ready to inhale, do that 3 times. Or exhale all the air out, find Uddiyana Bandha, and then do the churning. Do that 3 times. All right, up to you. But do make sure that you are engaging your core there. Once you have done 3 rounds, you will exhale all of the air out. Find your last bandha. Make sure you are totally empty and you do have that concave, hollowed out feeling. Hold empty, stay empty. Jump your feet or walk your feet back to the front. Then take your inhale so that you have a full inhalation to extend your spine. Exhale, fold in, draw crown down, and fold your ribs in closer to your thighs. Your hips are still over your heels, not hanging back behind them, right? Good, now bend your knees right into your heels, rise up for Utkatasana. Sit down into your chair that's just a little too far behind you. And holding here, breathing here. Bring your hands down to your thighs. Take a deep breath in. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. You're going to exhale through the mouth here. Taking fire breath. Every time you exhale, the navel goes back, 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 back. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your out breath. Good. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, fold it in. Inhale, undulate your spine forward. Once you are there, we're going to jump back or walk back into a plank pose. Exhale into your chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bring your knee to your forehead. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, knee to forehead, forehead to knee. One more time, lift it up. Notice how that bonding can really help you as we try to bring the knee and forehead together. Step your right foot through your hand, press your back heel flat. Root down and rise up for warrior one. In warrior one, take a deep breath in. And just mirroring what I'm doing, find that abdominal, that fire breathing again, right? So deep breath in, into the belly. And with a strong exhale, 8 more, 7 more, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take one more inhale, rise and grow taller. Exhale, both hands back to ground. Right leg steps back to meet left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back down dog. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Use your Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, bring it in. One more time, lift the left leg. Remember, there's no momentum here. If you make that little extra effort to bring the two together, you're going to feel a lot more. Now step your left foot through, press your back foot flat. Root down, rise up. Warrior one. And another set of fire breathing. Deep breath in. And go. 4, 3, 2, long exhale here. Inhale, grow taller. Open more. Exhale, both hands back to the ground. Left leg steps back to meet the right leg. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. We are undulating and unraveling our spine. Exhale, roll it back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in and down dog. Exhale, find your bandha. While you are still empty, jump your feet to your hands or walk forward. Inhale to extend. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, weight to your heels, rising up, Utkatasana. Sitting down into that chair that's just a little too far behind you. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Keep going, inhale, extend into your halfway lift. Jump back or walk back to your plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into up dog or take a low cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog, hips up to the sky. Inhale, this time we'll lift the right leg up. Exhale, bring right knee to right elbow. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Once again, inhale, right leg lifts. And exhale, bring it in. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Press your left heel flat. Push down with both legs. And without using any momentum, windmill your arms slowly up into warrior two. Find your warrior two pose evenly and equally, distributing your body weight not too far forward, not too far back, but as though your spine is just sprouting directly up out of the pelvis. Both feet are firmly rooted to the floor. Take an inhale in warrior two. Exhale to reverse warrior. Inhale, come back up to warrior two. Exhale to extended right angle. Keep your legs from lifting up and down. Keep your legs right where we place them. Warrior two on inhale. Exhale, reverse warrior. You're not coming out of the pose every time you go into reverse. Okay? Stay low. Inhale back up to warrior two. Exhale, extended right angle. One more time. Warrior two on your inhale. Exhale into reverse warrior. Go further this time. Inhale back to warrior two. And exhale, extended right angle pose. Root down even more through the outer edge of your left foot. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, swivel the left arm back and then down to the ground alongside or really underneath your left shoulder. You may need to slide your right foot in a bit. We're going to open up now to the right side of the room for a twisting lunge. In this position, make sure that your feet are not on a tightrope. So they're not lined up, left foot is not lined up with right foot. Your left foot is out to the left more so that your feet are lined up with each respective hip. Dial the whole pelvis around. So as you twist, your right sit bone is going to draw back and your left hip bone will point down. Take another strong exhale here to ring out. And then bring your right hand down to the floor. Step your right leg back to meet your left leg. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, take your up dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift left leg. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. No momentum, take that little extra effort. One more, inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it in. Step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Press your right heel flat. Push down through your legs. Your legs are supporting your lift. Windmill your arms up. Open into warrior two again. Open up and hold here. Make sure you're not kind of halfway there, right? Really get that left thigh bone to move as close to the parallel with the floor as possible. Both arms are active. Slow the breath down. Exhale to reverse warrior. And inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, extended right angle without sinking into that lower shoulder. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Go a little further if possible. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended right angle. Keep your chest open. Stay out of this lower shoulder. Good, keep rooting down through this foot. Come back up to warrior two. One more time, reverse warrior, reach further away from your knee. Come back up, and now hold extended right ankle. Yeah, your legs are probably shaking, that's fine. Chest is open, mine are too. Take one more inhale here. Lengthen out the entire right side of your body here. Exhale, swivel the arm back and then down. You can either slide your left foot in a bit or slide your right toes forward a bit, or maybe both. And then open up to the left. Dial the pelvis around again. In this position, make sure that your feet are, again, not lined up with each other, but lined up with each hip. Dial the pelvis around. Your left sit bone will draw back, your right hip bone will point down. As you twist, you're twisting because you're hugging your thighs together. Take one final inhale, open the chest even more here. And as you exhale, bring it back to the ground. Good, both palms on the floor, left leg steps back, take your inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and down dog. We haven't talked much about it, but make sure your quads are also working to pull the weight of your body back. Hold empty at the end of this next exhale. Hollow out, find your bandha. With your bandha intact, jump your feet back to the top. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hold. Knees are bending, weight back into your heels, sweep your arms over your head again, sitting down into that chair even more than you have already. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Good, inhale to an extended spine here. Exhale, jump or walk your feet back to the back of your mat, lower slowly to chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. You can take an up dog or a low cobra here. Exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises now to the side. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift right leg up and back. Exhale, bring the knee in to touch the elbow. Slide your right leg under, lift the left arm up, open the chest toward the heavens. And exhale, left hand down. Right leg steps back, move into a high plank, inhale here. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, left leg rises. And exhale, knee to elbow. One more time, inhale, lift the left leg. Take a little extra effort to bring the knee in. Touch the knee and the elbow together. Slide your left leg underneath you to the right. Open the chest toward the sky. One more inhale, lift the hips even higher. Exhale, right hand down, left leg steps back. Inhale in high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Find Uddiyana, excuse me. Find Uddiyana Bandha in this position. Take one more deep breath in into the back of your body. Puff up the back ribs again. Exhale all the air out, empty the air out, empty your belly out. At the end of this next exhalation, you'll be jumping your feet to or even through your hands to come to a seated position on the floor. And once you get there, I'm going to have you make sure that your right shin is in front of your left shin. They're not crossed, they're not stacked. One is in front of the other. So it'll look like this. Right in front of left. Take an inhale to sweep the arms open over your head. Exhale. Really use your core here. Dive forward. Now, when you get to a place where you feel like you can't go further, please just bring your hands to the ground. Don't feel like you're just dropping your torso down, right? We did this in our standing forward folds today. We went extra slow to feel that feeling of core engagement. So again, as you lower into this forward fold, when you feel like there's no more support from your core, hands come to the ground to support you instead. Then see if you can go further as you finish your exhalation. Take an inhale into your back. Puff up your back ribs. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's what we're working on today. Back ribs rise. Exhale, Uddiyana Bandha. While you're holding that bandha, dive a little deeper. Maintain that emptiness and lift up slowly with your core engaged. Turn your palms out, swivel your arms back behind you, and bring your hands behind your hips. Take an inhale here to open the chest. Exhale, root down through your shins and lift your pelvis up. Push down with your shins into the ground. Huge inhale here. This time we're letting the belly and the chest rise. We're on the fingertips rather than on the full palm of the hand. Take one more inhale here. Lift the heart a little higher. Feel the glutes engaging to move your pelvis forward. Feel this as a stretch for your hip flexors. And exhale, release your hips down to the floor. Lean back just a little bit. You can turn your palms in. And as you lean back, bring your legs forward with your right shin crossed over your left shin. Take an inhale to sweep the arms over your head. Exhale, dive over your legs. Walk your sit bones back here. Take a huge inhale. Exhale, use your abs. Bring your ribs closer to your right thigh, both thighs really here. Engage both inner thighs and hug both inner thighs to midline. If your back feels like it is straining, that means it is straining. That's what your body is trying to tell you. So don't lower so far. Squeeze the inner thighs together, press the thigh bones down. You can even take your hands to press the thigh bones down. But don't go so far so fast, right? Take one final exhale here to dive a little deeper. We're going to lean, come back up into extended spine. Start to lean back a bit. Bend your knees. You can hold on to the backs of your knees here. I'm going to pick up your feet. Squeeze those inner thighs together so your inner knees are touching. Hollow out the belly here. Feel free to reach your arms past your knees instead. Take one more deep breath in here with the legs extending out. And as you exhale, we're going to bring the legs in. We're going to step the right foot to the outside of the left knee. And take an inhale to sweep the arms up. As you exhale, we will open to the same side that the foot is placed. So in this case, we're opening to the left. Your right foot is rooting down. We're going to take this back arm, your left arm, reach it around and see if you can grab your right inner thigh with your left hand, or just press the back of your hand into the right side of your lower back. This is going to help you find that stretch on the shoulder. Meanwhile, you're pushing your forearm into your right calf, and the right foot is rooting down into the floor. Take an inhale here. Lift out of your lower back. Draw the crown up. Exhale to wring out, and this time see if your head can turn to look over that back shoulder. Inhale to slowly come back to where we were a moment ago. And now twist to the opposite side. We're going to turn to the more closed side of the twist. Your elbow, your left elbow will come out to the outside of your right knee. Your right hand is back behind you. You can bend your right elbow and lean back. Make sure you're not caving in. Right, spine is extending on inhale, especially root down to the sole of your right foot. Exhale, wring out. Turn your head to look over your back shoulder again. Go a little further still. Very slowly unravel out of that. And once you are there, we're going to bring the heels up. Pick up your heels and move into a balancing fire log pose today. So we're going to stack shin over shin here to the best of our ability. Good. And it may look very not like fire logs, right? But one shin is one fire log, and we're just stacking it over the other fire log. Breathing here, balancing here, chest is open. Enliven your feet a little more here. Feel the stretch on your outer thighs and just start to move your right knee further away from your chest so that you feel a greater opening in the front of the right hip. 2 more breaths here. One last deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to place the fire logs on the ground. Shin over shin. If that is not happening for you today, you could put a pillow between the shins or just extend your lower leg forward. Take an inhale in fire log. Same thing here. We're going to, and the right shin is on top. We're going to start bringing the ribs closer to the shins. If it feels like your abs aren't going to support you, then bring your hands in front of you. Just make sure you're not pushing away from the experience. Right? Extend your spine. Feel the stretch on the outer hips. Breathe as deeply as you can into your outer hips and your lower back. When you feel like you can go further, walk your arms further forward, but make sure your abdominals are going with you. One final inhale here. Exhale, maybe you walk your arms even further forward. Maybe the ribs get closer to your right shin. Just like we did earlier, you're going to engage your core strongly, find Uddiyana Bandha, and lift with your bandha. If you're not sure you're doing it, you can use your arms to help you instead. Come up into an extended spine position. Stay here. Breathe here. Take one final inhale. Exhale, your hands come back down alongside your hips. Great job. Now we're going to take the legs, both of them. Let's just straighten them out here for a sec. Shake those legs out. Cross your left shin. Oh no, we need to do this first. We're going to bring the left shin in so that the left shin is now in front of the right, not stacked yet, but just in front of. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, abs engage to slow down the dive. When it feels like you cannot rely on your core by itself, your hands will come down as well. Then your forearms and your elbows. Drape your torso over your shins. Let your neck relax. Remember when I talked about at the very beginning of our practice that we are here to feel. We are willing to feel. We are here with the express purpose of feeling. So I got you into these deep stretches today to give you the opportunity to practice that. These are not comfortable. They bring up not only discomfort physically, but sometimes even discomfort mentally and emotionally. Stay there anyway. Feel that anyway. And instead of trying to distract yourself from that feeling or those feelings, step into them, move toward them, right? Breathe into the feeling itself with curiosity, with open-mindedness to see what is there. Find the feeling, the sensation, breathe toward the sensation, and move into it even more deeply. Again, we're going to use our core strength now. We're going to rise up. Our abs are absolutely firing here to lift up. Inhaling at the top of that lift. Turn the palms face out. Swivel your arms back behind you again. Claw the floor with your fingertips. Take an inhale. You can either stay seated in this back bend or press your shins down and lift the pelvis up. Lift the heart up. Breathe from your knees all the way up to your hips. As you exhale, engage your glutes to move the pelvis even further forward. Breathe as deeply as you possibly can here. Keep pushing down through your shins. Take one final inhale here. Make sure your head isn't dropping back, right? We don't want to compress our spine. So your chin is up while the crown reaches toward the wall behind you, not down to the floor. Release your hips back down. Good. Unravel. Bring your legs out straight. Shake them out for a moment. And then bring left shin over right. Once you are there, take your inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive over your legs again. Abs still connected. Flex your feet just a bit. So we're just enlivening the toes, spreading them out. Hug the inner shins toward one another. Hug the inner thighs toward each other. Let your exhale draw you deeper. Let the exhale complete so that with every exhalation, we get to plug into Uddiyana Bandha one more time. Please unclench your jaw, your teeth, your forehead, and please make sure that you are allowing your neck to relax. Puff the back of your body up. As I've said a million times today, strong, long exhale to bring the ribs closer to your thighs. Find Uddiyana Bandha, engage in hollowing out, reach past your toes, maintain a strong connection to core as you rise. Good, and lean back a bit, slide the heels in. You can hold on to the backs of your knees here and open up the chest. If you'd like to go further, reach your fingers past your knees or reach your arms up toward the sky. If you want to go a little less intense, bring the heels to the floor and lean back. You'll still feel it. Knees bent, lean back, make sure you're not sinking back, right? 2 more breaths. Take one final inhale here. As you exhale, we're going to go into our twist now. Step the left foot out to the outside of the right thigh. The right heel will come in. Both arms will rise on the inhale. And exhale, we're going to twist to the open side. Opening up now, your right arm is now the back arm. Your left forearm is pressing into the left inner shin. The sole of your left foot is rooting down into the ground. So there's a little balancing act that we're doing here as well. You can reach around with your right arm to grab your left inner thigh. Keep the chest open, lengthen out your spine here. Take another inhale. Find your spine with that inhalation. Exhale, turn your head to look over your back shoulder. Feel the shoulder, the anterior deltoid on the right arm, stretching here. If you don't feel it, pull the elbow further to the back of your mat. Now slowly, slowly unravel and go right into the opposite side, moving into the more closed side of the twist. Your left hand will come now behind you. Your right elbow will come to the outside of your left knee. You're still rooting down through the sole of your left foot. Take an inhale here, draw the crown up. Exhale, ring out. By the way, you could do that wrap around. My shoulders aren't gonna let me do it today, but you could, right, if you'd like to. You can also just wrap your elbow around the front of your knee instead. If it feels like you're straining in any way, please take one of those other positions. You can bend the back elbow, turn your head now to look over your left shoulder. Please make sure you're rooting down through the foot. You're hugging your inner thighs to midline and you're letting that tone the lower abdomen. Your lower inner core is starting the twist for you. But slowly come back to where we started. Lean back, grab those heels again, lift the heels up. And take now your fire log pose to the best of your ability. And it takes a little while to maneuver that, to negotiate that with your legs. Balance on your sit bones. Enliven your feet. Breathe as deeply as you can here. You're going to push your shins forward like we're about to put them down so that the hip flexors don't feel so pinchy, right? And you want your knees to move as far away from your armpits as possible here. Your arms are basically straight. This should feel really good on your hip flexors and also feel like a little bit of a balancing act for your core stabilizers. We're here for 2 more breaths. Take one more deep breath in. On your exhale, I know it's really easy to just drop the legs, but see if you can control that movement. I just dropped them, right? But we're always looking for a little more core engagement. Now we're here in fire log, stacked fire log. Again, if this is not happening for you, you can even put a pillow between the shins. This time our left shin is stacked over the right. If this is still not happening for you, you can extend your right leg forward and do more of a Janu Sirsasana here instead. Okay, it's up to you. If you feel like you can do this or any form of this, now begin to move a little further forward. If you already feel it when you're seated, Just go forward maybe another inch or two. If you feel like you need more, you can walk your hands forward. Eventually, you're draping your torso over your left shins. Your neck is long and relaxed. Your spine is extending still to the best of your ability. Eventually, your back will round. You want to make sure that your Uddiyana Bandha is intact to support the flexion of your spine. Relax your shoulders, relax your head, relax your neck. Keep your breathing going. Please, please breathe to where you feel this. Check in with where you do feel this. We said at the beginning of class, or at least I said for you, that you are going to be willing to feel today, and that we're moving into the feeling. We're not trying to pull away from it. We're not trying to deny that it's taking place, nor are we trying to distract ourselves from it. We're really in it, feeling it, exploring it, staying curious about that sensation, and then perhaps diving in to an even deeper layer of sensation. Take one final exhale here. Reach as far away from you as you can. Find Uddiyana Bandha. Make sure you have Uddiyana Bandha intact and lift with your abdominal engagement. Taking it back up, extending your spine here. Push the shins down, push the outer knees down. And breathe. Good, 2 more breaths. One more inhale. And exhale your hands down. Uncross your legs. Whew, shake those legs out. Take an inhale here. We're going to shift our hips forward so that we're right in the middle of our mat. And then bring yourself down onto your elbows, down onto your back, and draw your knees into your chest. Rock it side to side a few times when you get there. After rocking side to side a few times, bring the soles of your feet down, walk them fairly far away from you. Make sure that in this position you are not straining, however, in any part of your body. But yeah, the heels are definitely further away than they usually are here. We're going to bring the knees together, and the outer edges of our feet are going to move closer to being on the outer edges of the mat. They don't have to reach that far, but they're moving in that direction. Squeeze your inner knees together. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Squeeze the inner glutes toward each other and start to pull the sit bones toward your knees. When you do this, the small of your back will press down into the floor. Allow that to happen. Hold here and breathe here. But keep squeezing those inner thighs together, inner knees together, the inner glutes together. Your sit bones are moving toward each other, right, as they point toward your knees. One more inhale here. Let your inner thighs shake a bit. Scoop the sit bones toward your knees. Hollow out the belly. Good. Now, keeping your knees together, lift the whole pelvis off the floor. Just barely. So your hands are underneath your hips. Or your hands could be underneath your hips, but not much higher. The hips don't need to be higher. And try to squeeze your knees together again here. If that bothers your knees, don't do it. Or just bring the knees as close as you can toward each other without letting your knees feel any pain at all. Good. Take one final exhale here. And then bring your knees away from each other. Turn your heels in and your toes out. And now your knees are wider than your hips. Arms come underneath you. Use your glutes. You can even use your hands underneath your glutes to move the thigh bones up away from the ground even more than they normally lift. And then bring your hands back down, of course. Your heels are rooting down. The inner edges of your feet are rooting down. Your heels turn in. Your toes are probably hanging off of the edges of your mat by now. Breathe into the inner thigh, inner groin, inner hip now. Your glutes are super strong right now. Please make sure that your glutes are active. You don't want to feel pinching in your lower spine. 3 more breaths here. Even if your hips are tired, even if your glutes or your hamstrings feel like they've had it, they have not had it. They are the largest muscle groups in the body. They can totally handle this. They like to complain. Let them work. Take an inhale to sweep the arms over your head. Keep your legs firing. Pull your sit bones towards your knees. And now slowly traction your spine out as you lower it down slowly. Articulate your spine one vertebra at a time. Your pelvis will not touch down until after the lumbar spine touches down. Once your lumbar spine touches down, then let your back arch away. Just sweep your arms back down alongside your torso. And please notice how you are feeling in this moment. Hopefully you're feeling as enlivened, lively, kind of tingly, right, as hopefully you can be, right? So now we're going to just keeping your feet fairly wide apart. We're going to draw both knees over to the left side. But because our feet are so wide, our knees are definitely not stacked on top of each other. In fact, that right inner knee is going to come down to the inside of your left arch, the arch of your left foot. We are once again getting this inner groin, inner hip flexor area to stretch by drawing the right inner thigh, inner knee closer to the floor. Your chest is open. You're feeling a nice stretch on the outside of the right hip as well as you draw your right sit bone towards your right knee. Our intention is to bring the right inner knee as close to the floor as possible without straining the knee at all. No pain at all in the knee. Turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Bring it back to center. Inhale the knees up. Exhale both knees over to the right. Your feet are still wide. So your left foot is the inner edge of your foot is still on the outer edge of your mat. Your knee will not come down and touch the other knee. It will come down to the inside of your right arch. Turn your head to look over your left shoulder. Engage left inner thigh. Draw left sit bone toward left knee. Feel the stretch. Breathe to the stretch. Close your eyes so that you can give your body a quick scan. Not only can we feel, right, but we also can perceive of where the feeling is. So we can feel the feeling, the sensation, and then we can look at it with our mind's eye. And then we can direct our breath toward the sensation. As you exhale, go maybe a little further. Inhale the knees back up, gaze is back up at the ceiling. Take your bolster now, or your block, or your pillow, or whatever you have. Hopefully you have something. Grab a sofa cushion if you have nothing else. Slide it underneath your glutes today. And then once you are there, extend your legs up over your hips. Take your hands to your thighs, not to pull the legs in today, but to let them rest forward. Let your back arch away from the ground a bit here as well. And then see if you can keep that same alignment without using your arms at all. This is Viparita Karani. And once you have found Viparita Karani, we're going to do one more pranayama exercise, one more breathing exercise. And this is Bhastrika, or bellows breath. In much the same way that we were doing fire breathing before, where we were exhaling with our abs going in, in. We're going to do the same thing with Bhastrika. If your legs are getting tired, you can use your arms to help them. Okay, now, so we're going to start with an inhale into the belly. This time we're only doing nostril breathing, and we're inhaling and exhaling fully. So inhale into belly. Through the nostrils, not Ujjayi breath, through the nostrils. And exhale through nostrils, abs engage. Again, inhale. Exhale. Keep going. Four, 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the air out. Draw those knees into your chest. And rock. Off of the bolster to one side. Roll the bolster out from underneath you. Hold in this easier, very different spinal twist with your right knee stacked over your left, or left over right, depending on which side you rolled to. Chest opens, spine brings out, and hopefully you're feeling a lot more circulation now in your lower back. Bring the knees up and over to the opposite side. Keep the knees stacked here if it's possible, if that's not too uncomfortable. Bring your both shoulder blades to the ground. Turn your head. Find a way to relax into this deep twist. Take one final exhale here to wring out and go further still, feeling that feeling that you can go further and moving toward the feeling rather than away from it. Bringing the knees back up. Walk your feet back, down slowly until eventually you extend your legs straight. Good. And then with your heels coming off of the edges of your mat here, so the heels are not on the sticky mat. I'm going to have you we're going to do a little psoas release here. Excuse me. And you may have done this with like a yoga therapist, or I'm sorry, a massage therapist or a Thai yoga massage therapist. And really what they're doing when they're taking this movement is just asking you to move as slowly as you can, right? Usually it's an assisted stretch, but you're using your own body to lengthen out the inner core, right? So together, it's going to look like this. We're going to start with the right foot. We're going to bend the right knee. The right knee will point slightly to the right. And as you start to exhale, you're going to roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. And it's like your foot becomes oh my gosh, I can't think of what you call a hockey stick. It's like your right foot is a hockey stick and you're pushing a puck across the ice slowly, really, really slowly, until you extend your leg all the way out to straight. Now take a deep breath in and let your back arch away from the floor a bit. As you exhale, gently release your back into the ground. Right glute is on the floor. And you should feel this really weird kind of release, stretch, maybe some tension, first of all, in the front of the right hip, between the right hip bone and the right inner thigh. We're going to do that again. Slide the foot, you're on the outer edge of your right foot now. Slide it in slowly. And bring the sole of your foot to the ground. Inhale, extend your back. Exhale, scoop the belly out. While the belly is scooped out and the lower back is pressing down, slide the right leg out toward the right side again, as slowly as you can. And then release your glutes into the floor. Bend your left knee. Take an inhale, extend your spine. Exhale to slowly push the lower back down. And as you slide the heel slowly forward, remember, sorry, I didn't do it right. The sole of your foot is going to face like a hockey stick, right? And you're pushing that hockey puck slowly over the eyes. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, engage in drawing the lower back down. Keep the lower back down as you start to glide the foot back in and place the sole of your foot back down. Lower back presses down. One more time. Inhale here. Open that left knee up. Exhale. Hockey stick. Push this hockey puck across the eyes slowly. Inhale, back extends. Exhale, back releases down. And now you should feel like you can really relax here through the inner groin and hip flexor, psoas. 3 breaths into your belly. As you finish your exhalation, please make sure that you're still breathing, but you're allowing your breath to be very subtle now. Keep the legs elongating, keep the back resting gently. Keep your neck and your shoulders also very relaxed. I'm going to end with a part of a poem by David White. This is Where the Rivers Meet. He's speaking about the ocean and how the ocean, the pull of the ocean is so full of feeling. And I invite you to hear this also as the pull of your own body. The pull is so strong, we will not believe the drawing tide is meant for us. Easy to forget how the great receiving depth, untamed by what we need, needs only what flows its way. Easy to forget how the great receiving depth, untamed by what we need, needs only what will flow its way. Easy to feel so far away and the body so old it might not even stand the touch. But what would that be like, feeling the tide rise out of the numbness inside? Toward the place to which we go, washing over our worries of money, the illusion of being ahead, the grief of being behind, our limbs young, rising from such a depth. What would that be like, to feel the tide rise out of the numbness inside? Toward the place to which we go, washing over our worries of money, washing over the illusion of being ahead, washing over the grief of being behind, washing over our limbs, young, rising from such a depth. What would that be like even in this century? Driving toward work, moving down the roads among the thousands swimming upstream, as if growing toward arrival, feeling the currents of the great desire, carrying time toward tomorrow. Tomorrow seen today for itself, the sea where all the rivers meet unbound, the sea where all the rivers meet unbound, unbroken for 1,000 miles, the surface of a great silence, the movement of a moment left completely to itself, to find ourselves adrift, safe in our unknowing. That's my favorite line, to find ourselves adrift, safe in our unknowing. Kind of what's happening today. We are adrift, safe in our own unknowing, our very own, our great tide, our great receiving, our wordless, fiery, unspoken, hardly remembered gift of true longing and true feeling. Please feel free now to stay in this position for as long as you would like to in your final resting pose. If you would like to come up to a comfortable seated position, please roll to one side. Press yourself up from your fetal pose to a seated pose and bring your hands to your heart, or stay on your back, bring your hands to your heart in Shavasana. Notice how you are feeling, please. And thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Take care.